It has been a little over 2 months since the E3 Nintendo Direct's announcement of Animal Crossing's new name, New Horizons, and release date, March 20th, 2020. But even after watching both the Direct and the Nintendo Treehouse, I still have quite a few questions concerning this new installment to the beloved world of Animal Crossing. Hey y'all, I'm the Geek Apprentice, and you know, a new Animal Crossing game has been a long time coming. I mean, it's been several years since the release of New Leaf on the 3DS. And after being teased with Isabella's inclusion as a fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, after getting that banner saying Animal Crossing 2019, and even after getting some game footage, a new name, and a release date, you'd think I would just be excited, thrilled, ready for the game to come out. Right? Well, yes, of course, but if anything, I think a lot of us Animal Crossing fans were left with a plethora of questions, more confusion than anything else. Now, this is not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, it kind of makes sense when you know how Animal Crossing is. Animal Crossing is a game that is just darn near impossible to explain or describe to a non-Animal Crossing fan, let alone in a way that really shows off and does justice to how truly fun and relaxing it is. You just have to play it and decide if it's your thing or not. So naturally, a Nintendo Direct is not going to be able to properly portray all of the fun that us fans are inevitably going to have once we get our hands on it. In addition, thank goodness for that treehouse, because after watching the trailer in the Direct, I was not nearly as pumped as I had hoped I would be. I wasn't disappointed or upset, just confused. Watching the Nintendo Treehouse and seeing gameplay footage alongside explanations of changes and new features from some of the developers definitely shifted my stomach from being turned over to actually jumping for joy. That said, even with all of this new information, I still have a lot of questions and even some concerns, and some of these are ones that I've noticed other Animal Crossing fans have too. So let's get started. Beginning with the weather. Now, the actual look of the graphics concerning the weather in this new Animal Crossing are phenomenal, but if I remember correctly, they said that it's going to mimic the area you live in. Now, I'm in the awful state in terms of weather that is Florida. So are you telling me I'm not gonna get fall or winter in my Animal Crossing? That better not be true, but if it is, then I sincerely hope they give us the option to turn such a dumb mechanic off. Otherwise, I'm going to have to change the location of my Switch just so I can get a normal 4 seasons like a normal Animal Crossing game. And that's kind of dumb. Do I get to leave the island? Is there a city, towns, regular stores? I have been vying for a larger Animal Crossing world since City Folk on the Wii, and I mean I want the whole shebang. I want it huge. Thus, I hope we are not confined to the island. I have more on this that I'll discuss in a later question. Amiibo Compatibility. Yes, I know it's there, but how is it gonna work? What's it gonna look like, because it wasn't that great on the 3DS, so hopefully they make it better. Online features. I know there's a sort of multiplayer in the form of a couch co-op, but I'm still holding out for a, for once, simple way for others to visit me and me to visit them. It really should be as simple as they have my friend code, they have the game, they can visit, I shouldn't even have to be there, and vice versa. I don't know why that's so hard. But I'm not a game developer, so what do I know? I mean, come on, it would open up the world of Animal Crossing tremendously. How many years has Animal Crossing been going, and we still can't do this simply? Come on, please. We'll see. What about other online features? Going back to my question about our possible confinement to the island, what if there was an online central hub? A city with stores and everything. Okay, maybe not fully online. That might be a little too much for the online system of the Switch to handle. But what if it was just anyone on your friend list that has Animal Crossing? You can be on with them at the same time in this city area that's your central hub for your group of friends. Like, I think that would be really cool. I know I mentioned this in one of my 2 videos about what the next Animal Crossing should have, but I really think that there should be features from Happy Home Designer. This would be another way to get us off the island. You know, maybe we can have a part-time job as a home designer, a store designer, and we could get to upload those designs for other Animal Crossing players to see and get inspired by. Or copy. I don't know. People do that. This would be so much easier than the I have to make sure my 3DS passes by someone else's 3DS who also has Animal Crossing, and then they just show up in that model home area. Sharing clothing designs. Please, I know we had QR codes in the last one, but I hope in this one they make it simpler than that and we can just upload them, download them, simple as that. Now moving away from online features, Mr. Resetti. I know he's not really needed because there's not really a reset feature. I mean, I would think there is a way, but he is gonna be there somehow, right? You can't just get rid of Mr. Resetti. Where's his brother? Bring him back. Please? I don't know. That's just a weird concern I have. Oh, and we don't get to have multiple towns? Lame. I personally was really looking forward to the idea of my mom and I having separate towns, or in this case, islands attached to our respective Nintendo accounts. Look, I get it. Nintendo doesn't want a surplus of accounts, but wouldn't it be as simple as the maximum amount of islands you can have per Switch system is 4? I wouldn't think it would be that hard. I don't know why they're still making us share. Whatever. This last one sounds a little bit silly, but there are still houses, right? This was my first bit of confusion when I was watching the E3 Nintendo Direct trailer for Animal Crossing. I saw that we were working from the ground up and we were starting with a tent and literally building everything, which seemed cool at first, but then I started to wonder, when do we get a house? Do we get a house? Do we not get one because we're on an island? I hope we can still work our way up to a big mansion house like I always have in the past. I imagine that's not changing. It's just going to take longer, but there's going to be more fun along the way. But I'm just kind of curious. Now those are just some of the questions and concerns that I have for Animal Crossing New Horizons coming out next year, but I'm hoping and assuming that we're going to get more information as we get closer to March, because during the E3 Treehouse they said that even though it looked like it was pretty well developed, that they still actually had a lot to do, which is why it was pushed back to March of 2020. I love Animal Crossing so much, and they've never completely disappointed me with anything. I mean, there have been little things that I didn't like, but they've always made major improvements with each new installment. Even Pocket Camp had a lot of things I really liked and kind of hope they incorporate into this game. So I personally feel pretty confident that as we get closer, a lot of these questions will be answered, and not just answered, but kind of cleared up, and my heart can relax knowing that my beloved Animal Crossing will not be ruined, because it's a very beloved franchise and I know they don't want to take any chance of ruining it. So yeah, I feel pretty assured that all of my concerns will be alleviated, with the exception of cloud saves. I'm not sure. I'm still holding out that they fix that one. Just please. I really don't want to spend hundreds of hours and then just not have my town. We're dedicated, us fans, to our town, so please give us cloud saves. Give us something. But what questions and concerns do you still have for Animal Crossing New Horizons? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed your time here, consider subscribing and following me on Twitch and Instagram for more fun and weirdness and geekiness and craziness. It's up to you. I also need to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons, but most especially Lorulian Sheep, Sushi Bandit, Cheap Seats, and Joking Batman. All of y'all's support is something I am beyond grateful for. Thank you. But, y'all, that is it for today. Thank you for watching.